Hey there everyone, it's Jason Dunn from Zune Thoughts, and this is my deep dive video on the Zune HD hardware and the on-device software. Now, in a lot of ways, I almost wish that this was my real, first impressions video, because after updating the software, I mean, the Zune, it's like a completely different device in terms of all the things that it can actually do. So if you've watched that video, when you watch me using this one, you'll see that it's frankly, it works a lot differently. So one of the things we can do now, if we press this button, this is the lock screen. The lock screen has essentially this is sort of like your desktop wallpaper. And did you see that? Did you see how it actually it bumped there for a second? So it turns off. So I'm just going to kind of do that again. So you turn it on. I think that's supposed to be the current time, but that's not the current time. So I have to figure out what that is. But watch, see how it kind of bumps there? So it actually tells you what to do, because to unlock it, you just simply sweep it up. So number one, really cool, love it. Now, I'm going to show you how some of these different things work here. So the first thing is, obviously, compared to my first unboxing video, there's a lot more here showing, on the device home screen. So you click on music. Now we have a whole bunch of different albums that I've loaded up. So you can, sweep through these albums. You can, sort by genre, by songs, and of course it's organized alphabetically, so it's easy and quick to get through. You can, oops, sorry, it looks like it's. There we go. Yeah, so you can create your own playlists, of course, transfer them over, and then of course you have artists, and then of course we are back to albums. Now, one of the other cool things is that you can press and hold on an album, and you actually get a couple different options: pin to quick play, add to now playing, or delete. Sorry, that went away there a little bit too quickly. So let me just show you that the way that the quick play works. So let's say I press and hold on the red album, and I pin to quick play. Okay, I'll show you another neat trick with the Zune HD. When you press up near the top of the screen, it automatically goes up one level, and that's kind of cool, because if you're, say, you're down and you're exploring a particular something or other, if like a track, if you click up, it goes up by one, and if you want to go back all the way, of course, you just press the home button down here at the bottom. So let me show you. If you press the home button again, you get this little user interface. I guess this is called the Quick Play user interface, and you can tell that there's actually the item that I pinned is actually right up there. So if you have like a favorite album and you just love listening to it, you can click on that and immediately get into it. The only, I guess, kind of downside is that it looks like there's only one item that can be pinned at a time, because before I had pinned this Marie Digby album. So if I pin to quick play and then I hit this and hit this again. Oh, I know, I take it back. So you can pin multiple albums. So I'm not entirely sure why it removed the Marie Digby album before, but anyway, there it is. So you have the now playing, you have the pinned, and then you have the history. So you can actually bring up different things that you've looked at recently, and then it shows you what's new on your device. I'm assuming, so this is actually a photo here, and then this is, these are albums, and then this is actually a video right down here. So it shows you really everything new that's been added to your device. I suspect that you would also see podcasts added here. So I think that's great. That's a really intuitive way to discover, new stuff that's been added to your device, especially if you subscribe to podcasts, or if you you sync your Zune Pass with your friends' content that they're listening to. And what that means, of course, is that you get a lot of new content flowing into your device, and this is a really great way to do it. So let's just explore music for a second here. Now, like I said, let's say you were listening to Crow here, and you can click. You can obviously adjust. Actually, this is probably not the best album. Let me pick an album that is by an individual artist. Okay, so let's pick Flyleaf. So we're listening to some Flyleaf. You can mark it either as a favorite or not right down here. You can repeat, you can shuffle, and then you can go down here to actually look at the individual tracks. Now there is supposed to be sort of a now playing mode for this, and it's kind of weird because I frankly am not entirely sure how to get into that. So if it's playing, And because anyway, the now playing mode is supposed to actually pull down, you know, some album artwork and images similar to the now playing mode in the Zune desktop software. So I'm going to have to investigate whether or not I have to do anything special to actually enable that to work. But there you go. So I will hit pause here. We'll go home. Actually, we'll go. Yeah, there we go. So we're on the we're on the quick play menu. Videos. I can't show you this due to copyright reasons, but this where it says Zune X-Men. I ripped my X-Men DVD. I used some software called CloneDVD Mobile in conjunction with some software called AnyDVD that strips DVD encryption. I used their Zune preset. I changed the resolution, so this DVD here is ripped at 272 by 480, and it is at I think 1035 kilobits per second. It looks great. The bit rate is quite high, but the quality is just fantastic. So again, I can't actually show you that, but I can show you this demo video because of course that's this is what came on the Zune itself. So the screen is awesome. The resolution looks really good. I haven't tried it with any high def content. I'll be attempting that a little bit later. I wanted to show you the pictures. So this is these are some pictures that I loaded up here. And so again, just like in my unboxing video, you can sweep through the pictures really easily. Now, if you want to set one as a wallpaper, it's interesting. The wallpaper doesn't actually exist anymore. It's now only the lock screen, but they call it a background. So you just simply tap on it once. It went away. Tap on it once. You click on Apply as background. You wait a couple seconds, and it'll say background changed. Now, if I go back to here and I turn off the Zune, I just press the lock button and I press the home button. Boom! There is my background wallpaper. So I don't know. I frankly, I'm gonna miss seeing, you know, a cool background behind the Zune whenever I looked at it. That was one of the things I really liked. But here's the interesting thing: with OLED screens, when it's displaying black pixels, it takes zero power. It takes no power, because what it does is it's simply not lighting up the pixels. So by having all this black, as sort of black being the primary backdrop color, the Zune HD is able to get better battery life. But it does. I think it's unfortunate that you're not able to kind of customize it as much as you could before. I want to show you something else. When you're looking at pictures, you can use the you know, pinch motions, and then of course you can zoom around an image, and then if you just tap on it once, you can go back to essentially the slideshow mode, and then you can manually go through it. So again, super quick. Like you can see here, it's just rocket fast. It's fantastic. The screen quality is great. You can double tap, it looks like, to zoom in as well, and then you can pan around an image. So really happy with the photo quality. And honestly, that was one of my big gripes with the previous generation Zune, was that when you were looking at pictures, they used a scaling algorithm. So there's a scary word for you, but basically what it meant was that when you were looking at the image, it was all jagged, and they had all these jagged edges, and they did it to get things to be faster, but the image quality dropped, and frankly it sucked. I never used my Zune you know, 80 or Zune 120 to show pictures to anyone because they just look really awful. In fact, I loaded pictures on my iPod Touch. This absolutely blows away the iPod Touch in terms of screen quality. So loading up pictures and sharing pictures is going to be lots of fun with the Zune HD. Now I'm going to show you one other thing. We have radio. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my headphones into the bottom. I'm going to turn it on, I'm going to unlock it, I'm going to go into radio, and of course radio is the antenna. Now, unfortunately, there are no HD radio stations, to my knowledge, where I am in Canada. So this is kind of one of those things where you're really just going to, I guess, it depends on where you are in the market. There's a lot of HD radio stations out there, but as you can tell, I'm not really tuning into any HD radio stations, and so that's, you know, not exactly a compelling demo. But there you go. Now, Marketplace. There's some interesting stuff in here, and you can see it's actually connecting to my Wi-Fi network. The one thing I did off camera was configure this to connect to my wireless network. It connected without any problem. Now, I want to keep this video under 10 minutes, so here ends the sort of part one of the deep dive on the Zune HD hardware. Stay tuned for part two. It's been Jason Dunn from Zune Thoughts. Thanks for watching.